they've gotten to know me, so they know my tactics as well, and they know what's best for me. And what's best for me isn't always what's best for the next investor. And because they've gotten to know me, they've been able to say, no, Jeb, this isn't the right house for you. Yes, as a wholesaler, we can make money from selling it to you, but as a friend, they've guided me and given me the counseling to not buy a house. Maybe a house is so much work, it should really just be for a local investor. And there are those deals. They've been such great confidants, but also such great friends. Hi, my name's Jeb Brilliant. I'm a full-time investor from Long Beach, California. I met Evan and Clay probably 6+ years ago at this point on Bigger Pockets. I got on Bigger Pockets to learn about real estate, and I was posting about different cities I was interested in. And at one point I had mentioned Indianapolis, and just like if you get onto Bigger Pockets now, you're gonna get inundated. You're like fresh meat in a shark tank, and people come in and they just want to sell you something. It's going to be, I have turnkey to sell you. I have a loan to sell you. I have the greatest deal ever to sell you. Everyone wants to sell you something. They want to be your service provider for something. And I had posted about cities like Phoenix, Dallas, Austin, Memphis, Kansas, and Indianapolis as well. And everyone started messaging me going, hey, I want to help you. And one person just messaged saying, hey, I can answer a few questions, but I don't have anything to sell you. And to me, that was the greatest opportunity. And that person was Evan. And I've been talking to him ever since on a regular basis. In the beginning, it was probably every single day for months and months until I felt like I was comfortable to buy something. And I had to twist Evan's arm to help me buy something because he was not a wholesaler at the time. At the time, he was just an investor himself. And I said, Evan, you've put so much time into me. Help me buy something. I want you to make money out of it because you were so generous with your time. And so I twisted his arm and made him help me buy my first house. And that's how I got started in real estate. And so about 3 weeks later, after we continued talking every day, Evan messaged me on a Friday and said, hey, Jeb, I think I found a house. I'm going to run, let's FaceTime and talk about it. So we FaceTimed. I looked at the house with Evan over FaceTime. And because I'd already run the numbers so many times, because I've already had the experience of looking at a house, I was able to make a decision in under an hour and decided to get this house under contract. I was able to run my numbers and move quick enough that I was able to get this house under contract. And a week or two later, it was mine. I bought it with Evan and I still own it to this day. And it's been a fantastic purchase. So it's been about 6 years and it's still a great house and it's gone up in value. I think I bought it for about $30,000 and it's worth over $100,000 now. So that's a pretty fantastic purchase in my book. Lately, I've been helping other investors get into their first purchases, and I'm always running them straight to Mainstay, straight to Evan and Clay. We've utilized their construction team, and it has been a fantastic experience. The last one we did was a purchase, and the day after it closed, maybe 2 days after it closed, Mainstay was in there already starting the rehab. It was supposed to be a 4 to 6 week rehab, and they got it done in 3.5 weeks. It was supposed to be a $23,000 rehab, and they got it done for $23,000, not a penny more. Super happy with this. As soon as it was done, we got a tenant in there, and the tenant liked it so much they signed a 2-year lease. Within a few months of getting started with Evan, and after making my first purchase, I felt like I needed to diversify. And so after buying a single family home, I bought a duplex on Capital for about $30,000 also. It was in rough shape. I spent about $20,000 fixing it up. So I was all into it for about $50,000. Put renters in it. It rented great for about 2 years, I want to say. And someone made me an offer at that point to buy it for over $80,000. And I thought, wow, I'm going to make a quick sale. So I was all into this place for about 50. I bought it for 30, rehabbed it for 20. I'm all into it for 50 and sold it for over 80 and made $30,000 on that deal in about 2 years. So that was another really good deal I had with Mainstay. Really loved it. It was a great rental, but I couldn't pass up on selling it for a $30,000 profit. So the only house that I've accidentally ever wholesaled myself was a house on North Parker. I bought it for about $30,000. Within a week, I got a call from another wholesaler saying, hey, Jeb, I want to buy one of your other houses. I said, no, that thing's not for sale. He goes, well, do you have anything else you want to sell? I said, well, I just bought this house from Evan for $30,000. And I didn't tell the guy the price, but I said, I just bought this house. And he goes, well, would you consider selling it? I said, well, make me an offer. So he offered me $45,000 and I just bought it for $30,000 about a week earlier. And I said, well, sold. I'm going to sell this house that I bought from Evan for way under value and sell it for less than value, but make $15,000 in 1 week with zero work into it. That was probably the best purchase I've ever made and the best sale I've ever made. It was a 50% return in 1 week with absolutely no work into it. Getting to know Evan and Clay over the last 6+ years or so, they've really become more than just a business contact. They're not just someone I go and buy a house from and never talk to. They're not someone who I just go and buy a house from, maybe have them do the rehab and then never talk to again. I still keep in touch with them on a regular basis. I call them when I need a little counseling on, is this the time to sell? Is it the time to buy? I'm not an expert. I still feel like a newbie, even though I've been doing this for years. I run 2 real estate meetups and I still treat myself as a newbie. I still run all these big decisions past Evan and Clay because I really feel like they have my best interest in mind, and they always have, and I feel like they always will.